Alright, hey guys, I'm Miss Beast and I'll be doing day 8 for you today. We have this fancy word called an inequality. I know a lot of us know it as the alligator mouth. So this is saying that -2 is bigger than or equal to 8 plus m. When my mouth is facing the other way, this is called less than. So v minus 5 is less than 12. We're going to solve it the exact same way we did yesterday with the two-step equations, except the only thing that's different today is this symbol in the middle. So when Miss Bray drew that balance beam, just like that to help a lot of us, I think that's going to be really beneficial today. So that inequality symbol is going to come straight down exactly like how an equal sign would. So my first step is, since I have 8 being added to my m, I want to get rid of that plus 8 by doing the opposite. So instead of adding 8, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 8. So now all I'm left with is my m is on this side, my minus 8 and my plus 8 cancel each other out. My inequality symbol is going to drop just straight down, just like a chute coming down. And then -2 minus 8. I owe you $2, and now I'm going in the hole $8 more. I'm down at -10. The tricky part today, though, is going to be the graphing. So right now, when I read it, it says -10 is bigger than or equal to m. When I go to graph it, I usually like to put this letter on the left side. So I say my letter is bigger or less than whatever my number is. So right now, my alligator mouth is facing -10. So if I want to show where my m and then my symbol, I want that mouth to still face the -10. This is the exact same way as writing my solution here. Now when I read it, though, I think it makes a little more sense in my mind to say that my letter is less than or equal to -10. When I go to graph this, I'm looking for anything less than -10, so that could be -11, -12. If you owe me $50, that's a worse situation. That's being less than owing me $10. On my number line, I'm going to go ahead and just put -10 in the middle. I like to think of 0 being somewhere over here, so you can give me a couple numbers around it. So -9 would be working up towards 0, -11 would be over here. And when I go to graph this, I want anything less than or equal to -10. Notice how we said it's equal to. So does -10 equal -10? You betcha. I'm going to go ahead and fill in that circle. That means that -10 is equal to -10. And then we're looking for anything smaller than. So I'm going to go ahead and just shade this direction. -11. -11.1, -11.111, any decimal fraction. We've included everything over this side. Those are numbers that are all smaller than -10.
So this is just like if there's an equal sign, then we don't do anything different when we're solving it?
Exactly. It's just like an equals to sign. We got rid of our -8 by +8. The only thing is that inequality symbol came straight down instead of the equals to.
Okay, that's easy.
So, Ms. Beast, if we did not switch the signs, could we read from right to left and graph it too? Can we just read as it is but start from the right side? Say m is less than or equal to -10. Would that work?
Yeah. Yep, so Miss Lulu she switched in her brain. So she said m was smaller than or equal to -10 without rewriting it like this. Still graphs the same. Okay, let's go ahead and try another one then. So very, very similar. We have v minus 5. We lucked out, it's on the left side this time. I'm going to go ahead and draw my little balance beam and just remind myself that this is coming straight down. So instead of minusing 5, what's my opposite?
Plus.
Plus 5. So instead of minusing, I got rid of that by adding. That leaves me with just v. This symbol is coming straight down, just like my equals to. And then 12 plus 5 is 17. On my number line, I'm going to go ahead and put 17 in the middle. Where would 0 be? On the left side, over here, or on the right side?
Left.
On the left side. I want to start, last time it was negative, so that's why we were counting up. This time you can think of the number line still going. So 0's over here, 17, here would be 18, 19, 16, and 15 are around it. If you want to add that 0 as that placeholder, I think that's helpful. And we're looking for anything less than 17 to make this true. So 17 by itself does not actually equal 17. If I put in 17 as my check step, I would do 17 minus 5, and I would get 12. Is 12 less than 12?
No.
No, so I need to leave this open, but I can include anything smaller than 17. So even $16.50 is still less than 17. There's some decimals and fractions in here between 17 and 16 that do work. That's why we shade everything to the left. We just have to leave this open because 17 doesn't actually equal 17. Any questions on those ones?
No.
Awesome. All right, let's try another one. Just like Miss Bray did for us in the last one, we have divided by 2. This isn't a fraction. It just means to divide. So my first step is to get rid of that divide by timesing by 2. If I do it on the left side, go ahead and show it to me on the right side. And then if it helps you, you can draw that chute. So now that I have 7 times 2 is 14, my symbol comes straight down. I read this as G is greater than 14. On my number line, I'm going to go and put 14 in the middle. So if here was 0, somewhere over here, I would see 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So anything to be bigger than, my alligator mouth is facing G, would be numbers like 15, 16, 17. My 14 is not equal to, there is no line, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it open. And then I'm including anything in this direction. That's why I'm going to go ahead and shade it. I would also do the check step, because this one's a little different, so just double check. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Is 7 bigger than 7? So I left it open. But what about 16? What's 16 divided by 2?
8.
8. Is 8 bigger than 7? So yes, now I know, yep, that works. Anything over here, 100, a million, any big numbers, decimals, fractions you can think of, they all would make this number sentence work. Any questions on that one? Awesome. Okay, so we got one more and then we got our word problem. This 5 to the second power means I'm supposed to do 5 times 5. So we're still going to have our symbol, it's still going to come straight down. But my first step before I try and solve anything for this one would be to get rid of my exponent. So 5 times 5 is 25. And then just like last time, instead of timesing by 5, my opposite is to divide by 5 on both sides. And I'm left with n is smaller than or equal to 5. On my number line, I'm going to go and put 5 in the middle. So 0 would be somewhere over here. And this time we do have the equals to line. So we're looking for numbers smaller than or equal to 5. So 5 does equal 5. 5 times 5 is 25, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Anything smaller, though, is just shaded to my left. 0, for example, is smaller than 5. Okay. Let's try this.